Hey guys, it's Corbin here with another cold opening, and speaking of cold, I have one, so that's why I sound like poop, so you'll have to excuse that. So we wanted to let you guys know that we will be hosting our very first charity live stream on Sunday, June 22nd at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on our YouTube channel in support of the Trevor Project. Again, you can find a link to our YouTube channel and other social media in the description in our link tree. If you're unfamiliar, the Trevor Project is a nonprofit organization that focuses on the suicide prevention of LGBTQ plus peoples. So it's a cause that means a lot to us, and we definitely want to show our support during times like this. And to sweeten the deal a little bit, we do have incentives for those of you guys that do decide to donate. So for example, for $10, Professor Jacob will read a Pokedex entry based off of you. If you donate $15, I will freestyle for 1 minute. And for $20, Mr. Curtis will draw a horrific doodle of your pet. And we are setting our goal for $200. We're keeping it very modest because we have a smaller audience. But if we reach half of our goal, $100, we will be doing a watch party of Pokemon the first movie with you guys. And if we hit our goal of $200, I will release a rap single as Pokemon Trainer Corbin. Is that a good incentive? I don't know, but we're going to do it anyway. So come on out to the stream on June 22nd. Even if you can't donate, it would be awesome to see you guys there and interact with us and show your support, and also share the stream too. Also, as a friendly reminder, we are uploading new lessons every other week until September 3rd. So on September 3rd, we will switch back to weekly uploads, but for the remainder of the summer, we will be uploading every other week. So whenever we say next week in this lesson, just know we actually mean 2 weeks from now. So sorry for the confusion. Anyways, we love you guys. Thank you for the support. Thank you for listening to the lesson. Hope to see you at the charity stream on June 22nd. If you're listening to this after June 22nd, you missed a great time. That's on you. Have a great day, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Hello there, and welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Jacob, and thank you so much for once again joining me in this world of Pokemon biology.
Yeah.
Joining me here today in this classroom, this different classroom. It's not our classroom. It's a classroom. It's a classroom that we've been renovating, working on for a little while now.
For so long now.
I know, but there's just been a lot of it was a lot more work than I thought it was going to be. I thought we could get it done in a lesson, but clearly there was things we didn't think about. But we're back here again, but it works out pretty well for what's coming up here in this lesson. Joining me here in this classroom today is my wonderful teaching assistant, Mr. Curtis. Mr. Curtis, how are you? How are you today?
Professor. It is so good to be here with you in this classroom, and in honor of switching up our location and our
field trip, if you will.
Yeah, a mini field trip across the hall, if you will.
Okay, we don't have to,
I've written this 20-page treatise as to the beauty of the bug types around us. Please, everybody, take a seat back.
No, we don't have time for all that.
This will be.
We really don't need to read all that.
A good 3 to 4 hours.
Did you say take a seat back?
As I go right here. Yes, a seat back. Take a seat back, everybody.
What does that mean? I don't know. I'm curious to see how it at least starts.
On the day that Arceus bred life into the world,
he
smiled across the land, and he looked upon a rock, and he said, "This rock would be really cool if it had a face," and that is
all right, Portia,
how Kakuna was born. Thank you very much. And then from the Kakuna, born the Beedrill. But
I'm sorry, I'm hitting the fast forward button, but it's not doing anything.
Let
me hit it again.
as we and then that's when Caesar became Sizor, and that's everyone thinks
I was clicking skip scene. I meant to hit fast forward, where he'd do a really funny fast voice talking thing. Fast forward.
Yeah. Okay. And you see where okay,
and pause.
Hey, sloppy mouth.
And regular speed.
And then that's when you need to move them to the larger enclosure so that you can increase the area that they're living in and
power off.
But
wow, that was fun.
Also, isn't that fun? Also joining me here in the classroom today is our young trainer in training, Corbin. Corbin, how you doing?
I'm good, and I'm an anarchist, so I cannot be controlled like that. Hello, everybody. Good to be here. I am excited to learn about today's Pokemon. I know it's a fun one. It's a free one. It's a lovely one.
Free,
it's another water type. Is that why we're back here again? I swear we've been here for like 4 or 5 weeks.
I mean, it is a water type.
No, Corbin, it's Decidueye.
Power off. So, okay, it is a water type, but that's not why we're back here today, Corbin. There's a very specific reason why. We'll talk about that here in a second. Before we get into the lesson proper, I do have a Gengar mail that I would like to read.
Shut up. Do you really?
I know. It's crazy, right? All right, I'm going to power Mr. Curtis back on because it's kind of sad seeing it. His face is kind of like just in the water, and I'm worried that he's not breathing. So power on.
No, I'm not worried.
And it's really important at that point that you separate the male and the female from each other.
You gotta stop, dude.
Otherwise,
I'm in the scene select menu, and I'm gonna go.
Pull the plug on it. Pull the plug.
I'm in scene
No more
select.
talk.
This one just says end, so I'm gonna go to that one.
Otherwise, it's gonna be
end.
And that is why bug types are the best. Thank you very much for joining me on my TED Talk.
Wow, so
lovely.
What
a journey.
That was. Woo.
Very good, buddy. Good job.
Good. All right. So I will be printing copies of that treatise, and I will be giving you a hand signed copy. Thank you.
Can't wait.
Thank you all for sitting in for that. So
yeah, we did. Okay, so I have a Gengar mail here that I'm going to read.
Okay.
It comes to us from Evelyn. It's a very short one. They say, "Hello, Professor Jacob, Mr. Curtis, and Corbin. This is my first time sending a Gengar mail. I'm Evelyn, and I've been listening to this lesson series for a while now."
How long's a while, though? We gotta know
Evelyn.
how dedicated you actually are.
Yeah, so send us another Gengar mail. Tell us the exact definition of a while in minutes, actually. If you give us the time in minutes, that would be great.
Yep. Give us a list of how many lessons you've listened to, which one of us is your favorite, and which one of us you would like to eat a cupcake with.
And why it's the professor, because he's everyone's favorite.
Okay, Evelyn goes on to say, my main favorite Pokemon are Eevee, Zeraora, Ditto, and Leavanny.
Those are good options.
Which, Leavanny is a bug type, right, Mr. Curtis?
Yeah. Actually, I do really like Leavanny. That's a good
That
one.
was a leaf type. Or
A leaf type, huh, Corbin? Hey, you think it's a leaf type, Corbin? That's what you said? You said leaf?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me just look through the types here. Yeah.
Get him, punch him while he's down. Break his neck. He's a leaf.
I'm seeing leaf.
Grass
Could you
type.
possibly mean grass type, Corbin?
Grass type, yeah.
God, who's this man's teacher?
I meant
teacher?
leaf. I meant leaf
right.
category. All right, grass type. That makes sense.
Sure.
Leavanny's a great example of a real good companion bug type. You have to have a really good friendship. With
that's enough from you. Fast forward. No, all right, keep going. No. Keep going, Professor. Please.
No. That's not my treatise. I'm just saying that Leavanny's a good bug type to like because they're very nurturing, and there's a lot of utility that they have with their like sticky spit stuff, silk that they make. So
unlike Spinnerack.
Right.
Just like Spinnerack silk.
Like
I was gonna say they make good silk.
Good silk. You heard it here.
And they're natural born nurturers. So.
That's all very well and good, Mr. Curtis. I'm glad you're so interested in this Gengar mail because this next part is a question to you.
Oh.
Evelyn says, also, Mr. Curtis, have you thought of creating a Megastone for Spinnerack or Ariados?
But you don't have that power.
Now, is a Megastone something we can create?
No, not him.
I mean,
Mr. Curtis might be able to. I can't.
That's what they said about my super-sized mutant Spinneracks, but we'll see where we are today.
What?
Like, whoa, those are some mega Spinneracks. And we're like, no, that's the incorrect terminology. These are mutant Spinneracks.
That's right. Purebred Spinnerax is actually the proper terminology. But or blessed is a better term. But
blessed from the mother,
cursed,
blessed from the night mother. But I have, and I think we've touched on this once before in the past. But basically, what the Megastone does is like give whatever Pokemon that you're using it for, a temporary super boost.
Sure.
Before it's going to return back to its previous form.
That is normally fairly painful or
traumatic.
unsustainable for the Pokemon.
So my goal first is to breed the peak perfect Spinarak, right? And then once I've gotten the oh so natural body of the Spinarak to the peak and most powerful it can be,
Peeking.
then I'm gonna add the Mega Stone to it, right? So like the Mega Stone is the second priority after I have
icing
made
on the cake, yeah.
And then it's gonna push it even that much farther beyond. You know what I'm saying?
But how? I know I've asked this before. How could you possibly know you've reached the perfect Spinarak? Like I think you're really shooting yourself in the foot here by going for perfection.
That is a great question, and that's really comes down to my faith and my following of the teaching of the Night Mother, and she speaks to me and she tells me what the Spinarak needs to be, and that's what the goal is. So
okay, and that is
what. The ideal Spinarak. Do you want me to draw a picture? I can show you what the ideal Spinarak looks like.
Yeah, go ahead, draw a picture. Put that on the.
Maybe you should include that along with your weekly drawing of whatever today's Pokemon.
Put it on the Patreon, and we'll see that later. Evelyn finishes the Gengar mail by saying, "Anyways, have a good day. Farewell." Signed, and this is what I really want to talk about. Signed, Evil Evelyn. So
how evil we talking?
So why are you Evelyn? Why are you evil? What's with the evilness
what's going on?
here?
You want to talk about it?
What evil deeds have you committed, and how come you're so eager to out yourself as evil?
Yeah. What makes you an evil Evelyn
person?
Yeah.
Right.
We are anxiously waiting on your response here, but that's
let us know.
Do it for the Gengar mail here, Mr. Curtis. Do you think a gold star is worthy?
They did talk about how great Leafany was, so and Leafany is a bug type, so
Leafany.
I will take it. I will take it, and by take it I mean give it, and that what I'm giving is a gold star.
What he's taking.
Yeah, you can take an E and you can leave an E, Mr. Curtis.
That's right.
Could have said it better.
Thank you. All right, so gold star for Evil Evelyn, and no extra credit though because there was no extra work in here. But thank you so much for the Gengar mail.
Extra credit of my heart.
No, you can't give out extra credit, Mr. Curtis. You can't do that.
Yeah, you don't have that power, dude. Come on.
Yeah, not extra credit in my class.
If you would like to send a Gengar mail to me, the professor, if you would like to talk to Mr. Curtis or even Corbin, perhaps.
Yeah, even me, believe it or not.
You can send a Gengar mail to wwopokemon@gmail.com, and we'll talk more about that at the end of the lesson. But we do have a lesson. We need to get into it, and we're back here in the Remoraid classroom, the Remoraid habitat, for a very important reason. Now, some of you may have heard crying echoing through the hallways, and it's not Mr. Curtis this time, or Corbin.
And it wasn't me earlier that you guys heard because I didn't have breakfast.
Yeah, it's actually one of our Remoraids here.
Oh no! Which one?
Remy, actually.
Oh, that's
Remy.
a unique name for Remoraid. Oh, poor Remy. What's going on?
So Remy is feeling a little homesick, unfortunately.
A little blue.
But
yeah, sure. Yeah, it's feeling a little
He's got those Remoraid blues. Yeah.
Wow, that was beautiful.
Sorry, that was my jukebox. Sorry.
Yeah, and now he's kind of feeling alienated. So let's not talk about it too much. Yeah. So what we've done here, we've pooled our resources together as a school, and we've actually hired a new what's the word emotional support
therapist
Pokemon, Pokemon for the Remoraids.
Okay.
Does anybody know what Pokemon it is? We talked about this last week. What Pokemon we're going to be learning about?
So it's last week's Pokemon. So it's
no. We talked last week about what Pokemon we'd be learning about this week, and it is this Pokemon.
Oh,
is that confusing? Does that make sense? Is it
Decidueye?
No, that makes total sense. It's Delibird, right?
No, we learned about Delibird last week.
Right, we talked about it last week.
I mean, I can think of few things that would get me happy than a surprise present from a Delibird.
Yeah, even if it's like...
Wait, hold on. No, it's Mantine. Mantine?
Yes, we are
Which one?
learning. It's man time. It is time for Mantine, because it's man time. Yeah, Clocky liked that joke. Clocky's laughing.
Clocky, nice. You like that? Yeah.
Clocky loves any kind of time joke.
Thanks, Clocky.
All right, so I do have that Mantine here. It's an emotional support Mantine because we'll learn about why here in a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw out the Mantine, and we're gonna let it acclimate itself to this habitat. We'll let it hang out with Remy and the other Remoraids. So here it is.
Whoa!
Oh wow, she's beautiful. What's this one's name?
I don't think we've named it yet. Maybe we should put a poll out on this lesson and have other people name it.
Or wait, a poll?
I don't know. I don't know. Portia's in charge of all this spot a Flygon stuff.
Whoever comments the best name, that's what we'll name it. Let's get some more engagement, guys. Whoever comments the best name on Spot a Flygon, that's what we're gonna do.
Or in the Discord as well. If you comment it in, because I think we normally, I'm not sure if I think Corbin was doing this. Makes a thread for the new lesson. So
for each new lesson, yeah.
Yeah. So if you go to that lesson, that lesson thread, and put down your best name for this Mantine here, then we'll make it that.
Well, maybe if I describe her a little bit, it'll help you guys.
Yes, that's a great idea, Corbin. That's a great idea.
Okay. All right, here we go. I'm gonna try to break this down. Never seen anything quite like it. So it's got an oval-shaped body, right? The top of it is blue, but the underside is kind of like a cream whitish color. It's got 2 gills kind of on the bottom part in the middle section.
Vents.
And 2 little, basically, it's 2 fins, right? Obviously, big circle, 2 fins. That's the general structure. It's got a little wispy little gray tail. It's got 2 blue antennas at the top. It has these little black and white little beady eyes, and then it has this cute little smile on it, and these 2 little, it looks like baby fangs.
Do you think they're fangs? You don't think that's like creases around its mouth, kind of like it's chewing something?
It could be fangs. It could be a mustache. It's kind of hard to tell from this angle, but it's it's a very cute Pokemon. Looks like is that Remy right there that's swimming up to it?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Remy.
Look at that. Hi. Oh, he's taken to, oh my God, it's like a mother and her baby.
Yeah, Corbin, if you could describe what Remy is doing, actually.
Remy is nestling himself underneath, insert name that we pick.
Mantine. Just say Mantine.
Mantine's little fin there. It's so cute. It's like nestling underneath. Oh, it's so sweet. Oh, now it's like circling it.
Are we sure that Remy is not the emotional support Remoraid to this Mantine?
It's a symbiotic relationship.
Right, they complete each other. They're
adorable. Here to mutually support each other.
Yeah, that's what love is. That's what true love is. I hope to have this with Dawn someday. He's just so cute.
Corbin, you need to let Dawn go, honestly. You need to move on.
No!
Move Dawn on.
Move on to away from Dawn.
No, I'm not moving on. I'm not moving on from Dawn, okay? All right, I'm going to start writing some blues songs about her.
I guess I'm reading the rule book now. There's nothing in the rules that says you can't do that, so I guess
if I can't rap, then I'll sing the blues.
Sing the blues.
At least until he gets another... what was the thing that you got sent to jail for rapping? It was
don't worry about it. I'm on probation. You don't need to worry about it.
Are you still on probation?
Maybe. In my life without her, it feels like a knife.
Wow, beautiful. Okay, we're not learning about Dawn this week. We are learning about Mantine. We're gonna let our Mantine friend here kind of like continue to acclimate into this new environment. But I think we should learn a little bit about Mantine, so we can maybe make this environment a little bit more friendly to them if we can.
Yes, fine idea.
All right, so the first entry here comes to us from the Johto region. It says, as it majestically swims, it doesn't care if Remoraid attached to it for scavenging its leftovers. See, like even in the very first Pokedex entry, we can see that, you know, this Pokemon lives with Remoraids. We're so foolish. How could we possibly think that we could make a Remoraid habitat without also having Mantine?
Yeah, of course. One completes the other. It's like yin and yang.
Yeah. The next entry says, swimming freely in open seas, it may fly out of the water and over the waves if it builds up enough speed.
Oh, okay.
Is that really a fly or is it more of a glide?
I mean, I think it can fly a little bit. I think it counts as flying.
Maybe you're right.
The next entry says, it swims along freely, eating things that swim into its mouth. Its whole body is very coarse.
Okay.
Okay.
Like rough hair, or like is it like a hard surface? Like how coarse we talking?
Like sandpaper, Corbin.
Oh, okay, nice. And that feels good for Remoraid to rub up against.
I guess. I guess like, and it does say Remoraid attached to it, right? I think we learned that Remoraid use its like top dorsal fin as like a suction cup, right? Is that the case?
Yeah, I believe so.
Do we remember? Does anybody remember? Anybody listen to the lesson that we did on Remoraid?
Again, I black out after every lesson. You know?
Yeah, that's fair. I also do that. Yeah, so I guess it's like suction cupped on there, and it just doesn't care. It just doesn't even care. And the way that it gets its food, also, did we catch that?
Yes.
It eats the scraps, right?
Well, I'm talking about Mantine now.
Oh.
It opens its mouth and just flies through the water.
Yeah, it eats things that swim into its mouth. That's it.
Right.
That's so easy.
Could that be a Remoraid?
I bet it could be a Remoraid.
It could be. It might be.
Something to think about.
The Mantine giveth and the Mantine taketh away.
That's true.
Have we taken a number, like a head count on all the Remoraids that we have in here?
That's a good point.
Because maybe we want to start keeping track, just in case the old Mantine here just eats one of them.
I think there's about 22 of them, maybe.
22. All right, 22. All right, that's the number.
22.
We'll see. Right. We'll count at the end of this lesson to see if it's the same.
Right.
If we remember, we probably won't.
We won't.
Moving on to the Hoenn region here. The first entry says, on sunny days, schools of Mantine can be seen elegantly leaping over the sea's waves. This Pokemon is not bothered by the Remoraid that hitches rides.
Not bothered at all.
Nope.
Hashtag unbothered. Put that on a t-shirt with a Mantine on it.
Now,
I mean,
remind
honestly,
me, Professor, from when we did the Remoraid lesson, did any of the... Yeah, when we did the Remoraid lesson, did any of Remoraid's entries say anything about Mantine?
Well, I have an excellent memory, and I definitely do remember. And, I'm not stalling for time at all as I...
Sounds like you are. Feels like you're doing
Look, of course, Mr. Curse, of course. This second entry here says, using its dorsal fin as a suction pad. See, I did say that. Check the tapes. I just said that.
Check the tapes. Check the tapes.
Check the tapes. It clings to a Mantine's underside to scavenge for leftovers. So, yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Because I was going to say, a lot of Mantine's entries are focused around its relationship with Remoraid. Almost like it's, really more fixating on Remoraid as opposed to Mantine. But, I don't know. I didn't get the impression from Remoraid so much that they were so, it just seems a little unequal is what I'm trying to say.
Well, I mean, we haven't read all the entries yet, so maybe okay. Let's keep going and see if there's more on Mantine itself. Because kind of what we know right now is that it's cool with Remoraid chilling on it. It eats things that swim into its mouth, and if it builds up enough speed, it can look as though it's flying out of the water.
Right. Gliding, if you will.
Gliding, sure. Leaping, I think, is what the Hoenn Pokedex entries say, which I think is probably a pretty good description of what it's doing. Okay, the next entry here comes to us from the Sinnoh region. It says, when the waves are calm, one may encounter a swarm of Mantine swimming as if they are in flight.
Ooh, that's okay. Cool.
A lot of these Pokedex entries really kind of, I don't know, it feels like they're kind of forcing. They're saying, like, see, this is why it's a flying type. Guys, no, we swear it's a flying type. See, they swim, and it looks like they're flying, right? So it counts. It counts as a flying type.
There it is. That's all it needs.
If it looks like it's flying, you get to call it a flying type. So
it's that simple, yeah.
Even if it's not actually flying, I mean, I can run around with my arms out and like jump really high. Does that make me a flying type?
According to like these Pokedex entries, yeah, it seems like you would.
Yeah, I guess so.
The next entry says it swims elegantly. mindless of Remoraid hitching onto its broad fins, it has a docile nature.
It's very chill.
It's
we
chill.
know that.
It's chill. Doesn't care. I mean, will it care if, like, a different Pokemon, like, clung onto its broad fins? Like, what if an Octillery suction cupped onto its fins? Would it be as docile about that?
Probably. Well, I don't. How many Mantine do you see swimming around that have a Octillery strapped to the bottom side?
Yeah, clearly it's not the same relationship. Yeah, Remoraid just has a vibe about it that makes Mantine want to be around it.
No. It's the other way around. Mantine has a vibe around it that Remoraid wants. No, has a vibe about it that Remoraid wants to be around.
Right. But
Yeah.
clearly it likes it. Like, the Mantine doesn't hang out, let other Pokemon hang out with it that much.
But
so it's like,
nothing we've
gotta like it too.
Nothing we've seen states that. Nothing that we've seen states that Mantine doesn't like other things attaching to it. In fact, we've seen that it's docile,
right.
that it doesn't care, that it's just, just very absent-mindedly swimming around. I think if something like an Octillery were to suction cup onto it, it would be as equally as chill. It's just that doesn't happen because an Octillery is strong enough to defend itself. It doesn't need the crutch of a Mantine. No offense, Remy. Sorry.
Wow.
No offense, Remy. I'm sorry.
Whoa,
Oh, man, he's really
dang.
upset. Ow! He shot me in the eye.
Jeez. Oh, hey.
You should have thought twice.
This is a professor here. You can't be shooting at the other professors, okay?
Well, respect goes both ways. Okay.
I know. I need to respect them more. Listen. I'm just trying to explain to my students, Remy, why sometimes weak, pathetic Pokemon try to cling to larger trunk.
Ow! Jeez, why'd you hit me that time? I didn't say that. The professor said that. Ow! Gosh,
Oh,
Remy.
the turntables. I like this. Now.
Ow.
You guys are getting hurt, and I am laughing. Ha!
We're gonna move on here. Hey, Mantine, control your Remoraid, please, if you could.
Wow.
Yes,
Ow.
please.
Okay.
All right, where on Earth was I? I think I was still in the center region. The next entry says, while elegantly swimming in the sea, it ignores Remoraid that cling to its fin, seeking food scraps. All right, sure, makes sense. Moving on to Unova, there is one entry here. This one is actually kind of interesting. So it says, if it builds up enough speed swimming, it can fly over 300 feet out of the water from the surface of the ocean.
Wow, so that's not like gliding right on the surface. That's pretty far.
That's very, very far.
Yeah.
That's very impressive distance to fly. Don't get me wrong. But like most flying types, they can just, they can fly a lot more than 300 feet. That's all I'm saying.
That is true. And I guess it's like horizontally 300 feet, not vertically 300 feet. But it doesn't say that. So it could be... the way that's worded is a little bit confusing because it says it can fly over 300 feet out of the water.
Yeah.
From the surface of the ocean. It just sounds like it's 300 feet above the surface of the ocean.
Right.
That's how I interpret it. Yeah, like it flies directly up 300 feet, not like it soars for 300 feet, parallel to the ocean. It's 300 feet up.
Which is pretty high. That's like a 30-story building?
That is pretty high. That's what I'm saying.
That's pretty impressive.
That's pretty high.
So, you know what? All right, it's a flying type. I'll agree with that. Anything that can be that far in the air, I think should count as a flying type. And you can quote me on that.
I will quote you.
Which is why I've decided that Rocket is a flying type.
Well, he's orbiting space. He's not really flying.
He was. Corbin, he was flying, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful to watch him go.
What do you mean was?
They're still flying.
Because you say he's not flying now.
Well, he's in orbit. That's not really flying if he's circling the planet.
Was when he was going into orbit.
Right, that's what you mean. Has anybody checked on my boy Rocket in space? How's he doing? What's up with him?
So that does it for Unova. Let's go ahead. Let's see here. Kalos is nothing new. We do have an entry here in Alola. The first one says, postcards and posters featuring Mantine leaping elegantly above the waves are popular souvenirs of Alola.
Ooh.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool, I guess. The next one says, many people have taken up surfing because they admire how magnificently Mantine swims. So, Alola, these entries kind of suck.
Whoa, got him.
Because it's kind of cool. It kind of like, builds your world of Alola, but doesn't tell me anything about the biology of Mantine.
But that's not what the Alola entries are about. It's all about learning about Alola, because Alola's great, right?
Yeah, it really does seem like the Alola entries are learn about the wonderful world of Alola.
It's great advertising.
Come, you love our Mantine leaping souvenirs.
Look how great our Pokemon are.
But it isn't even saying that for this one. It's saying that, like, hey, people here surf because of Mantine. It doesn't say, like, oh, Mantine's fins are, resilient to this amount of whatever. It doesn't tell me about that. It doesn't tell me about the food that they eat. It just says that their people likes to surf because they see Mantine surfing.
Our Mantines fly 400 feet, not 300 feet, because we're much better.
They do it with their eyes closed. All right, moving on. There's nothing new from the Galar region, but there is an entry here from the Hisui region.
Ooh.
Yes, it says, this calm and gentle Pokemon swims gracefully through the sea. After building speed, it can leap out of the water. It is often misidentified as a bird Pokemon due to this behavior.
Well, back then it was. Hisuians were obviously, dumb and primitive, so.
I mean, couldn't agree more, Corbin. Could not agree more. But I guess that kind of, like, ancient bias has kind of, like, filtered its way up to our present-day Pokemon biology.
Yeah. And our modern-day classification of Mantine.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
of course.
So it was grandfathered into the flying Pokemon typing. All right, so let's see here. There's nothing new from the Paldea region. However, I think there is something in the Lental region. The Pokedex entry says, when Mantines swim as a school, they often race one another. Sometimes Mantine will build up so much speed it leaps right out of the water.
Woo! Just flying.
Splash.
just flying.
Just flying.
Hey, Mantine, I'm just flying.
Quote unquote flying. All right, so that does it for the regional entries. There is one unique entry which comes to us from Ash's Pokedex. It says, Mantine, the kite Pokemon. Mantine swims about the ocean majestically and may fly out of the water if it builds up enough speed.
Like a rocket. Not our rocket.
Yeah,
like a
rocket. Like beautiful, powerful rocket. Who's
like
now
rocket leaving the Earth, going into space, so Mantine leaves the water and goes into the sky.
Right. But Rocket's still fine, though, right?
Yeah, I was about to say, except for Mantine comes down and Rocket's still in orbit.
Forever.
But he's happy with that, right?
Beautifully. Probably.
He's still beeping and flashing every day.
Hashtag beeping and flashing.
Hashtag beeping and flashing. You're going to see that in our merch store on a shirt.
With an Ampharos orbiting the Earth. Yep.
Beeping and flashing, Rocket. Signed, Rocket, with love.
Yep. Personally signed by him.
Okay, that's going to do it. That's all the Pokedex entries that we have. I think we should move on to the testing portion. It's a very easy one today.
Pop quiz. Time to do the pop quiz. Pop quiz. Time to do a pop quiz.
I don't want to pop.
Pop.
You think that they would come to expect this. I don't understand why it's such a big thing every single time we get here.
No, I know what it is. I just don't want to.
So we're not doing a pop quiz.
Oh, Professor!
Yay! What are we doing?
I think we're doing something that really encapsulates the majesty of a Mantine. So we are doing a poem today. So I would like.
Wait!
Professor.
Did you say a poem?
I did say a poem. Yes.
Oh! Finally! What a great Pokemon to write about too.
Yes.
You sure we can't do a pop quiz?
No, shut up. He said poem.
Here, the pop quiz. Question number one.
Whoa! Wow! You can't do that.
Can we do wait,
you didn't even hear me. You didn't even hear what I said. I said pop quiz. Question number one. Write a poem on Mantine.
Okay, I like this pop quiz. This is my favorite one yet. You got it, boss.
Like always, this is more of a participation grade, so really take the time, let your creativity fly. Don't let any worry about, my arbitrary grading hinder you in any way.
I never do.
Great. All right, I'll see you guys back here in a little bit when you're done.
Professor, I have written my elegant, beautiful, majestic poem for you today.
Oh, Corbin, I can't wait. I'm so excited to hear it. I'm
Professor
happy to be
Brady!
here.
Professor Brady!
Why are you running in from outside, Mr. Curtis? Where did you go? I didn't even see you
You're
leave.
supposed to stay in here. Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah, gosh, and you're splashing water everywhere as you run.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make such a mess.
You're scaring
I needed
Clocky.
Yeah, Clocky's worried.
I'm so sorry, Clocky. Clocky, I'm so sorry. I'm so Clocky.
Okay, all right. You're not gonna answer where you came from. That's fine. I don't really care that much. All right. So we have some poems here to read. Corbin, would you like to start? I know I don't.
I had to go make some copies.
No, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Corbin, I don't care. Portia cut out whatever he said. We don't care. We don't care where he was.
I would love. We don't need the backstory. We don't need the lore. I would love to start first with my poem, if that's okay with Mr.
Great.
Curtis.
Worst for first. Let's hear it.
All right. This one is called Mantine. Here we go.
Inspired.
2 peas, 2 pods, no masters, no gods. 2 friends, 2 hearts, where one begins, the other starts. Remoraid and Mantine, 2 souls now combined, swimming fast, swimming free, gliding through flowing seas. Mantine doesn't mind, it's loving and it's kind, not in class, but in schools, leaping without any rules. Remoraid waits, Remoraid wonders, after being left asunder, for its buddy, for its comrade, the best it's ever had, to descend, to come home, beneath the waves' bubbling foam, to rejoin, to see again, the Remoraid it calls a friend.
Beautiful. I love it. You were
Yeah, guys like that?
definitely in the beginning. I was kind of like, wait, where is this going? But yeah, obviously 2 peas in a pod. That's Remoraid and Mantine. Also, you do bring up an interesting point, Corbin, that I think we should take a couple minutes right now to talk about. So when Mantine does just blast out of the water at 300 feet, you think, wait, did I say Remoraid or Mantine? When Mantine blasts out of the water, 300 feet in the air, you think Remoraid's coming along for that ride?
No, of course not. What I mean is, it leaves
what do you
the
mean? Of
Remoraid
course
behind.
not. I think it's very possible that it could.
I don't know if I don't know. Maybe
because
the way I
suction
interpret
cups
it as
onto the wing of the Mantine. It's suckered on there.
This was written from a perspective of it's okay to have other friends that go off and do other stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So last weekend, Gordon had some other friends that he hung out with, and I was not invited because I didn't know these friends, and that's okay. And Gordon's my roommate, the Cadabra, for those, again.
Who dresses like a Mr. Rhyme. Remember the lore.
Dresses like
remember
Mr.
the lore.
Rhyme.
Right.
Yes, remember the lore. It's very key. But, you know, it's kind of like the Remoraid and the Mantine are attached to the hip. They're best friends. However, the Mantine deserves to go off on his own and be with his own kind and to have fun. But he will always come back after flying around the seas with his Mantine buddies. He will always come back to his Remoraid.
Maybe... Hold on. Wait a second. Hold on. Wait,
Wait a second.
hold
Wait a
on.
second.
I'm getting a brain blast.
No, I thought I said a really good point. We should
Brain blast! Brain blast!
I'm getting a brain blast. Hold on. Does anybody remember how far out of the water Remoraid can hit stuff?
100 feet?
No.
Something like that?
300 feet.
Whoa!
Okay, hold
Maybe
on
the
now.
reason it can hit stuff,
Hold on.
from that far is because it is parallel to them, because it's flying next to them. it's attached to the Mantine. It's flying there. There's literally a Wingull next to it flying in the sky. It's like, hey, buddy, ting,
Tink.
and then it falls down.
I think you could say I think what it's doing is it's practicing so it can protect its Mantine buddy that's that high in the air, and it's protecting it by shooting down other predators that might harm it.
You cracked the case. I think that's what's going on.
That's
here.
good. That's good. I didn't even think of that, Professor.
Wow,
Wow.
Corbin, thank you for this wonderful poem. That's really, I think this is a perfect example of what poems can do, can make us think and wonder
And what
about
art
Pokemon.
does, it provokes discussion.
Incredible, and it's a wonderful, view of art. Anyways, enough of all of that. Let's hear whatever crap Mr. Curtis has.
Whoa!
All right. Whoa,
Professor!
even his poopy poems are still considered art by some, mentally.
I was gonna
hold on.
dedicate-
Let's take that again. Whoop,
By
take
some
that again.
people.
Whoop, take that again.
By some people. So let's hear it, Mr. Curtis. What you got?
I was gonna dedicate this poem to you, Professor, but you brought my poem poopy.
Aw, I don't want it. I don't want it dedicated to me, Mr.
Aw.
Curtis.
All right, I'll dedicate it to the all the Mantines in the world. Yeah, you just get a quick sip here.
Yeah, quick slip.
There
Yeah,
it
get
is.
some
Yeah,
snap
I
in
forgot
there.
that last week, so we gotta get there.
No, I took a big swig last week too. All right.
Oh, okay. Sorry for not remembering.
Yeah, that was a week ago.
Let your creativity fly. Sorry, hold on. Let me start. Hold on. I need to take
Portia, keep all this in. This is all gold.
Don't cut it out. Yeah, it's all gold.
Okay, much better. Let your creativity, like a mantine, fly. All the haters are just the Remoraid eating scraps at your side. Pay them no mind as you drive by. 300 feet over the wave into the sky you glide. Freely consume everything that goes into your mouth like stir fry. Ooh. Inspire those around you like the surfers of Alola who stare wide-eyed. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
All right, that was pretty good. I think it was pretty information-filled there, Mr. Curtis, talking about
thank you.
300 feet in the air. The
but did it spark a discussion? No. It didn't.
It did spark a discussion.
It didn't.
Think about all the good stir fry you could eat.
Yeah. What is stir fry? I never heard of that. What is stir fry, Mr. Curtis?
I'm thinking about it. I'm not discussing it.
So you take a bunch of ingredients. All right. Like some noodles.
You stir
and
them
some
around.
Any ingredients,
vegetables,
anything you can find.
And some meat. And then you put some seasoning on them. You get some juices in there. And then you put it in a pan and fry it. And while you fry it, you stir it. It's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh!
Wow,
so
and this
sense.
relates to Mantine. Yeah. How?
Because you can freely consume stir fry that fly. Like Mantines eat everything that goes into their mouth.
All right.
I regularly find myself walking and stir fry just flying into my mouth. My open mouth.
Yeah, when the weather for the day says 90% chance of stir fry, I just go outside, open my mouth.
You know how many times I'm riding my bike on the way to class and there's just stir fry flying in my mouth? It's like a real problem during this time of the year.
Delicious. It's a delicious problem, I'll admit. But
a delicious problem, but it's still a problem,
Right. So, see, it is provoking discussions.
Yeah. Corbin.
Yeah.
No, excellent job. You both get full marks. Very, very well done. Okay. Let's go ahead. I think this is a good place to close out this lesson on Mantine. Does anybody know who we're going to be talking about next week?
It's the evolved form of Mantine. It's Wailord, right?
No. Mantine is wrong on so many levels. Mantine does not evolve into Wailord.
Wailmer. Sorry, I skipped one.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, Mantine does not evolve into Wailmer.
How about Decidueye? Oh, what about Mantike? How come we haven't talked about Mantike yet?
No, okay, so...
Yeah, it's Mantike.
Mr. Curtis does bring up a good point. Mantike does evolve into Mantine, but...
Sure.
Mantike was discovered in a different region, so we won't talk about that Pokemon until we get to that region, so we got some time before then. I know. But... in any case, it's not who we're learning about next week, although it is a flying type next week.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Flying and steel.
Okay. All right.
Steel and flying and steel.
Is it Corviknight?
Yeah, it's got to be Corviknight, right? That's what I was going to say.
No, it's not Corviknight. It's not...
Aegislash.
Well, Aegislash is not a flying type. It is a steel type, though.
One more guess. Fly.
One more guess. It can hover.
Skarmory.
Yes, we are. Yes, very good, Corbin. We are learning about Skarmory next week. I'm so...
Yes. I've been guessing that one a lot, so I knew it was there.
Have you? I can't remember.
Once or twice.
Anyways, join us next week for our lesson on Skarmory. I'm very much looking forward to it. If you would like to contact me, you being the virtual students, Corbin, not you. I know I'm looking at you, but I'm speaking to the virtual students. If you virtual students would like to contact me, you can send me a Gengar mail at wwopokemon@gmail.com, and you can find that in the link in our description below. You can also find the link to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Mr. Curtis.
Yes.
Tell us what's in the YouTube channel. Just one thing in the YouTube channel. I know there's so many things.
One thing?
Hours upon hours of content on the YouTube channel.
Sunday, fun days. That's right. Come on down on Sunday and talk to the professor, myself, and Corbin as we play a game on our YouTube channel and interact with our wonderful fans, such as you, our students at home.
Yes, very good point.
Read that off his hand again. I like it.
Very good point, Mr. Curtis. If you would like to talk to us directly, you can do so On our streams.
Live.
We
And
we
in
are
person.
live. It's not pre-recorded, I promise.
You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait
For your
2
life
to
to be
400.
over. Sorry.
Exactly. You don't have to wait 2 to 400 business days for us to read your email. You can talk to us live on the live stream, guys.
Yes, very good. Corbin, if you could please tell us something that's on our Patreon.
There is a whole playlist full of bloopers and outtakes. There's a whole playlist.
You have a cough, Mr. Curtis?
Yeah, I'm just.
Why are you? Oh, that's a machete under your coat. Okay. There are doodles that Mr. Curtis does every week. So if you're listening to this lesson right now, there is a new doodle that Mr. Curtis drew, and he usually draws 2 versions of it: one from memory and one from tracing or something.
No, I think he looks at it as he's doing it. I don't think he traces them. God, I hope he's not tracing them. I wish they would be better. They would be far better.
Yeah, he might be tracing them. I don't know. No, I don't think so. But yeah, Mr. Curtis has those drawings on there. Also, bloopers and outtakes. Those are on there too.
Yeah, and listen, we're only charging you $1 a month to see these horrible, horrible doodles. So I think it's a
the lowest tier.
Pretty darn good deal, if you ask me. There is other stuff like a Nuzlocke for $1, and access to our Discord for $1. But yeah, that's fine. And also, I want to mention one more time. We mentioned this last week. I'm going to mention it again. The tiers are $1, $5, and $10. So if you're paying something that is more than that for any of those tiers, it's probably because you're using the Apple's app.
A third-party application
yes.
that's going to charge you more for their service. Like Flapple does that.
Go straight to the Patreon website.
Go to the Patreon website. Please, please, please just go to the Patreon website. We don't want greedy companies to be taking extra money from you guys.
We're the greedy ones. Give it to us.
We're the greedy ones. We're going to get the money. No, but anyways, so yes, thank you so much for coming to this lesson. I mean, I don't know why I'm thanking you. You pay for these lessons, so
I know.
it's all part of your grade, and you need
welcome, Professor.
to catch Pokemon in this wonderful world of Pokemon that we live in. But anyways, until next time, class is dismissed.